Jaikumar Upadhyay. Professor Jaikumar Upadhyay is an expert on Prakrit studies, astrology, music, Jain studies, and Vastu Shastra. He has traveled across the world as a part of educational tours. Professor Upadhyay heads the Department of Prakrit Language, Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapith, New Delhi. He has been a part of the textbooks revision committee for several universities and is actively involved in the printing and publishing of several books. He has also presented more than 50 research papers at national and international seminars. Professor Upadhyay has won several awards for his contribution to Prakrit and Jain studies. Muni Punya Puraskar, Acharya Kunda Kunda Puraskar, Sangeet Ratnakar, Vastu Vidya Visharad, and many more add luster to his contributions. I now invite Professor Jaikumar Upadhyay to talk to us on astronomical facts to believe in astrology and its consequences. Over to you, Professor.
यो विश्वं वेदवेद्यं जननजलनिधेर्भङ्गिनः पारदृष्ट्वा पौर्वापर्याविरुद्धं वचनमनुपमं निष्कलङ्कं यदीयं तं वन्दे साधुवन्द्यं सकलगुणनिधिं ध्वस्तदोषद्विषन्तं बुद्धं वा वर्धमानं शतदलनिलयं केशवं वा शिवं वा केशवं वा शिवं वा। अभी तक सभी ने इंग्लिश में कन्नड़ में बात की है और हिंदी में किसी ने बात नहीं की थी, तो मैं आपके सामने दिल्ली से आया हूं, राजधानी से आया हूं, मैं अपनी बात हिंदी भाषा में रखूंगा। भारतीय विद्या भवन के समस्त पदाधिकारी, सौजन्य प्रदान करने वाले श्री क्षेत्र धर्मस्थल के धर्माधिकारी श्री वीरेंद्र हेगड़े जी, सभागार में उपस्थित देवियों सज्जनों, मैंने जो टॉपिक लिया है उसका विषय है ज्योतिष शास्त्र पर विश्वास करने योग्य खगोलीय तथ्य और उनका परिणाम। ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ। ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಖಗೋಳಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ತಥ್ಯಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅವುಗಳ ಪರಿಣಾಮ। ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ। ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ದೇಶಪಾಂಡೆಯವರು ಮರಾಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದು ನಾವು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕೊಲ್ಹಾಪುರ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆದದ್ದು ಎರಡೂ ಭಾಷೆಯ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇದೆ। ಇರುವುದೀಗ ದಿಲ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಪೂರ್ವ ಭೂಮಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳದೆ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ವಿಷಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. अब हिंदी रह गया, कन्नड़ में शुरू हो गया हूं मैं. बीच बीच में जो जो भाषा आवश्यक होगी इस्तेमाल करते रहेंगे. महानुभाव, वैदिक ज्योतिष, बौद्ध ज्योतिष और जैन ज्योतिष, भारतीय ज्योतिष में 3 विधाएं महत्वपूर्ण हैं. आज मैं बात कर रहा हूं जैन ज्योतिष पर. सबसे पहले वैदिक ज्योतिष में, बौद्ध ज्योतिष में, जैन ज्योतिष में क्या अंतराल है, इसको थोड़ा सा संक्षेप में समझें. वैदिक ज्योतिष कहता है सीधे ग्रह देवताओं को मान करके उनकी आराधना करके हम अपने कष्टों को दूर कर लें. बौद्ध ज्योतिष कहता है ग्रह रश्मियां पूरे हैं लेकिन आत्मा है नहीं, तो ग्रह रश्मियों पर आत्मा का क्या परिणाम होना है, मात्र प्रकाश तत्व है. परंतु जैन ज्योतिष की जो बात है वो थोड़ा सा भिन्न है. जैन ज्योतिषी क्या कहते हैं, वो ज्योतिष नहीं कहते हैं, वो निमित्त शास्त्र कहते हैं. निमित्त के 8 भाग है. उसमें पहला भाग है अंतरिक्ष निमित्त. जब मैं अंतरिक्ष की बात करूंगा तो जैन त्रिलोक विद्या की भी मुझे बात करनी होगी. जैन लोक विज्ञान में ऊर्ध्वलोक, अधोलोक, मध्यलोक की व्यवस्था है, परंतु तीनों लोकों में ग्रह है क्या, ये प्रश्न है. तो जवाब मिलता है तीनों लोकों में ग्रह है नहीं. स्वर्ग में ग्रह है नहीं, नरक में ग्रह है नहीं. मध्यलोक में भी जो जम्बू द्वीप का बीच भाग में सुमेरु पर्वत है उसकी लंबाई है 1,00,000 योजन विस्तार, परंतु 110 योजन तक ही ग्रह रश्मियों की व्यवस्था है. वहीं पर सूर्य, चंद्र, ग्रह, नक्षत्र, तारका, प्रकीर्णक आदि भ्रमण कर रहे हैं. अब मैं बात कर रहा हूं जैन ज्योतिष में कर्म सिद्धांत को ज्यादा मान्यता दी है. ग्रह जो भ्रमण कर रहे हैं वो कारक नहीं है, वो सूचक है, मात्र सूचना दे रहे हैं. जितने जीव राशियां हैं उनके अपने कर्म के अनुसार वो अपना फल पा रहे हैं. लेकिन ग्रह क्या कर रहे हैं, अपने प्रकाश से उन व्यक्ति के जन्म स्थान से ग्रह रश्मियों के योग से वो फलित कर रहे हैं. उसका परिणाम जातक तिलकम प्राचीन कन्नड़ ग्रंथ में इस बात का बहुत सुंदर विवेचन किया है और मैसूर विश्वविद्यालय से ये ग्रंथ प्रकाशित है. बात आती है जैन त्रिलोक में, अधोलोक में 7 नरक है. 7 नरकों में कोई ग्रह नहीं है, लेकिन सारे नरकों के नाम क्या है, अंधकार के नाम है. मैं उसकी चर्चा नहीं कर रहा हूं. स्वर्ग में देवताओं के विमान हैं, भवन हैं, उनमें ग्रह नक्षत्र बिल्कुल नहीं है, न सूर्य है न चंद्रमा है. वहां पर क्या है, भवनों में रत्नों के, दीवारों के, छत के प्रकाश पुंज है, उसी में वो जीते हैं. वहां अंधेरा है ही नहीं. नरक में पूरा अंधेरा है, तम महातम तक अंधेरा बढ़ता गया है, और स्वर्ग में निरंतर रोशनी है, वहां रात है ही नहीं. रात है कहां पर है, तो मध्यलोक में रात है, रात के साथ दिन भी है, फिर सूर्योदय है, सूर्यास्त है. इस ज्योतिर्लोक के विषय में तिलोय पन्नत्ती नामक ग्रंथ में ज्योतिष का बहुत सुंदर विवेचन किया है. जैन मान्यता में 24 तीर्थंकर हुए हैं. पहले तीर्थंकर भगवान ऋषभदेव. जब ऋषभदेव हुए उनके पहले 14 कुलंकर हुए. 14वें कुलंकर के समय कल्प वृक्ष समाप्त हो गए. 10 प्रकार के कल्प वृक्ष थे. युग परिवर्तन हुआ. आदिनाथ का जन्म हो चुका, कल्प वृक्ष समाप्त हो गए, भोग भूमि समाप्त हो गई, कर्म भूमि प्रारंभ हो चुकी. उस समय सूर्य चंद्रमा दिखने लगे. उससे पहले क्या रोशनी थी, उससे पहले रोशनी थी कल्प वृक्षों की. आजकल जो स्ट्रीट लैंप बड़े बड़े लगाते हैं महानगरों में, उसी रोशनी में हम महानगर में जीते हैं। आसमान के ग्रह रश्मियों को हम देख नहीं पा रहे हैं। हमारे ऋषि मुनि आसमान को देख करके फलित करते थे। आज का मेरा जो विषय है, स्वतंत्र भारत में जैन मुनियों ने, दिगंबर मुनियों ने अपने निमित्त ज्ञान के द्वारा खगोल मंडलीय ग्रह रश्मियों के प्रभाव से स्वतंत्र भारत में कितने घटनाएं हुई है, उस पर विवेचन मैं आपके सामने कर रहा हूं। सबसे पहले मैं आपके सामने प्रश्न उठा रहा हूं, 1947 को स्वतंत्र भारत अपने ध्वज को लेकर के रात को 12 बजे खड़ा हो गया। वो कौन सा टाइम था? सुबह से मैं देख रहा हूं बहुत बड़े बड़े ज्योतिर्विज्ञानी यहां पर बैठे हैं और ज्योतिष का बहुत ज्ञान आप सबको है। तो मैं प्रश्न नहीं कर रहा हूं, आपके सामने मैं विचार रख रहा हूं। क्या रख रहा हूं? पुष्य नक्षत्र में हम स्वतंत्र हुए। ऋषभ लग्न था, कर्क राशि थी। कर्क राशि में चंद्रमा होते हुए हम लोग स्वतंत्र हो गए। इस स्वतंत्र भारत के कुंडली को देखते हैं, बहुत कुछ सामने विचार आते हैं। आगे बढ़ते हैं। 47 के बाद, स्वतंत्र लेने के बाद, स्वतंत्रता के बाद संविधान बन गया, प्रजासत्ताक राज्य प्रारंभ हो गया। लेकिन एक दुर्घटना का समय आ गया 1962 में। पुराने बुजुर्ग होंगे, वो प्रसंग क्या था? 1962 में एक ही राशि में 8 ग्रह आ गए थे। कभी आते नहीं हैं। वो रविवार का दिन था। वो 8 ग्रह जब आ गए, हमारे गुरु और धर्माधिकारी वीरेंद्र हेगड़े जी के गुरु आचार्य देशभूषण जी महाराज दिल्ली में विद्यमान थे। उन्होंने सूचना संसद भवन को भेजा, उन्होंने सूचना प्रधानमंत्री तक भेजा, जवाहरलाल जी के पास भेजा। देश पर संकट मंडरा रहा है, देश विपत्ति में पहुंच रहा है, प्रधानमंत्री खतरे में हैं, सावधान हो जाओ। तब जाकर के जवाहरलाल जी ने सोचा और कुछ ही दिनों बाद भारत चाइना युद्ध सामने आ गया। अष्टग्रह योग आने के बाद 8वें महीने में भारत ने स्वतंत्र भारत ने क्या देखा? युद्ध देखा, भारत चाइना युद्ध देखा। इसके साथ साथ ठीक 18 महीने बाद जवाहरलाल जी मरण पाए और ठीक 18 महीने बाद भारत चाइना युद्ध हुआ, भारत पाकिस्तान युद्ध हुआ और 18 महीने बाद लाल बहादुर शास्त्री भी गुजर गए। जवाहरलाल जी का गुजरना, लाल बहादुर जी का गुजरना, 18 महीने का जो अंतराल है, ये हमें अध्ययन का प्रसंग है। इतने ही नहीं, स्वतंत्र भारत के इन ग्रह रश्मियों के साथ जब हम बात करते हैं, हम अपने गुरुओं से जो बातें सीखी है, हमारे गुरुजन चाहे देशभूषण जी हो, चाहे विद्यानंद जी हो, चाहे वो निमित्त ज्ञानी विद्यानंद जी के गुरु आचार्य श्री महावीर कीर्ति जी महाराज हो, उन्होंने निमित्त ज्ञान का पूरे भारतवर्ष में प्रचार किया। उन्हीं के परंपरा में आचार्य विमल सागर जी महाराज भी आ चुके थे। तो महान हो, स्वतंत्र भारत के बाद हमने 3 और पदों को ऐसे खोया जो पद पर रहते हुए मरण को प्राप्त किए। एकमेव राष्ट्रपति फखरुद्दीन अली अहमद राष्ट्रपति पद पर रहते हुए अपना जीवन गंवाया, अकेले राष्ट्रपति। उसके बाद 2 प्रधानमंत्री। मेरे पास सारे डेट्स लिखे हैं, ग्रहों के योग लिखे हैं और विस्तार से सारे कुंडलियां हैं, लेकिन समय नहीं है। शुरू से मेरे को बताया आप हमें दान देंगे आज, क्या समय का दान देंगे? तो मैं समय दान देने के लिए तैयार हो गया। तुरंत संयोजकों को समय दान देने के लिए तैयार हो गया। देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा गांधी जी जो मौत पाया आतंकवादियों के कारण, उस समय कौन से ग्रह थे? मैं ज्योतिषियों के सामने प्रश्न रख रहा हूं, मैं बालक हूं। प्रधानमंत्री राजीव गांधी जी पद पर रहते हुए मरण प्राप्त किए, क्या प्रसंगता, ग्रहयोग कौन सा था। ये सब जब स्टडी करते हैं, हमारे सामने हमारे गुरुओं ने जो आकाश मंडल में दिखाया, जब जब देश पर विपदा आई तब तब पुच्छल तारा, कोई जानते हैं इस शब्द को, कोई जानते हैं? पुच्छल तारा किसी ने देखा है? मैं विनम्र अनुरोध कर रहा हूं, आप उंगली कर रही है, कोई न कोई सभागार में है इस विषय के विद्वान जिन्होंने ज्योतिष की बारीकियों को समझा है और ज्योतिष के तल तक जाकर के बात को समझा है। मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है। मेरे पहले पूर्व विद्वानों ने बहुत गहरी बात रखी है और बहुत ज्योतिष के गूढ़ तथ्यों को रखी है। उनके सामने भी मेरा अनुरोध है, इन बातों को समझो। और आज हम लोग जिस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सेमिनार कर रहे हैं उसका शीर्षक क्या है? ನಂಬುಗೆಯ ಆಚೆ. ಕೇವಲ 70 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತದ ಇತಿಹಾಸವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಬಂದಂಥ ಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಆಚೆಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷ್ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಿಂದ ಬೆಳಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಶುಭಾಶುಭ ಎರಡೂ ವರ್ಣನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರಬಹುದು, ಪುಶ್ಚಲ ತಾರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಧೂಮಕೇತು. ಅರಸ್ತುನು ಕೂಡ ಧೂಮಕೇತುನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಾರಾಮಂಡಲ ಕೇಂದ್ರದೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಶೋಧ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಕಾಲಶುದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶುಭವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ. ಇವಾಗ ತಾವು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬಾಹುಬಲಿಗೆ ಮಹಾಮಸ್ತಕಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ಆಯಿತು. 1 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಂಚೆ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದ ಹೆಗಡೆಯವರ ಪರಮ ಸಂರಕ್ಷತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಸ್ತಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಚಾರುಕೀರ್ತಿ ಭಟ್ಟಾರಕರು ಮುಹೂರ್ತವನ್ನು ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. 17 ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ 2018ರಂದು ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬಾಹುಬಲಿಗೆ ಕುಂಭಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ವರ್ಷದವರೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಉತ್ಸವ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇಶದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ, ಉಪರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ, ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ, ಗೃಹ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ, ದೇಶದ ಎಲ್ಲ ವರೇಣ್ಯರು ಬಂದು ಭಗವಂತನ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಅಕ್ಷರಾಭಿಷೇಕ, ಕುಂಭಾಭಿಷೇಕ ನೋಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಆ ಮುಹೂರ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಮಹತ್ವ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಕಾಲಶುದ್ಧಿ ಮಹತ್ವ ಇದೆ. ಶುಭ ಮತ್ತು ಅಶುಭ ಎರಡೂಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾನು 92ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ದಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ರತ್ನಮ್ಮ ಅವರು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದ, ಮಾತುಶ್ರೀ ಅವರು 93ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಬಾಹುಬಲಿಗೆ ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಮಸ್ತಕಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಬಂದಾಗ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಂದ ಮಹಾರಾಜರಿಗೆ ಅಣ್ಣನವರಿಂದ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಪಂಡಿತ್ ಬಾಹುಬಲಿಜಿ ನಾನು ಕೂಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಮ್ಮನವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತ್ರಯೋದಶಿ ತಿಥಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಪ್ರದೋಷ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ರತ್ನಮ್ಮ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮನೆತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆಯಿಂದ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮರ್ಮ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು 1993ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜರ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷಿಕ್ತನಾಗಿ ಧರ್ಮಾಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಲೋಕ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣದ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆ 50 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಮುಹೂರ್ತವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡಿ ಶೋಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಭಟ್ಟಾರಕರನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಅಣ್ಣವರ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಮೂಡುಬಿದ್ರೆ ಭಟ್ಟಾರಕರು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರು, ಹುಂಚಾ ಭಟ್ಟಾರಕರು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರು, ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಥೆಂಥ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಹೋಯಿತು. ಆದರೆ ಹುಂಚಾ ಭಟ್ಟಾರಕರು ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಕರೆದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಹೆಗಡೆಯವರೇ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಮಠವನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಠವನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನರಸಿಂಹರಾಜಪುರ ಒಂದು ಪವಿತ್ರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ, ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಈ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಗ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಿಮಿತ್ತಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಸಂಕ್ಷೇಪವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಜೈನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತ ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಶಾಂತಿಸಾಗರ ಮಹಾರಾಜರಾದರು. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಅಕ್ಬರನ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಪರಿಸರದಿಂದ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಾಗರರು ದಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದರು. ಮುನಿಗಳಾಗಿ ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಲ್ಲಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದೇ ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು. ಅಕ್ಬರನು ಹಿಂಸಕ ಪ್ರವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರ ಭೋಜನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಂಸವನ್ನು ತಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಸಿ ಕಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ. ದೂರಿನಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ದಿವಸ ತಮ್ಮ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ತಾಮ್ರದ ಪಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚಾಂದಿನಿ ಚೌಕದ ಲಾಲ್ ಕಿಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಲಾಲ್ ಮಂದಿರದ ಎದುರಿಗೆ, ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಂಧಕಾರದ ದಿನ, ಆ ದಿವಸ ಚಂದ್ರನು ಯಂತ್ರದಿಂದ ಬೆಳಗಿ ಅಕ್ಬರನನ್ನು ಅಹಿಂಸಾ ಧರ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ 600 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕವಾಗಿದೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ನಾವು ಅಂತಿಮ ಶ್ರುತ ಕೇವಲಿ ಭದ್ರಬಾಹು ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ, ಶ್ರವಣಬೆಳಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದರು? ಸಮ್ರಾಟ್ ಚಂದ್ರಗುಪ್ತನಿಗೆ 16 ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಬಿದ್ದು ಆ ಸ್ವಪ್ನದ ಫಲ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕಾಲ ಬೀಳ್ತದೆ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರನ್ನು ತಿನ್ನುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಂತ ತಿಳಿದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಿಹಾರದಿಂದ ಪಾಟ್ಲಿಪುತ್ರದಿಂದ ಸಮ್ರಾಟ್ ಚಂದ್ರಗುಪ್ತನು ಹೊರಟು ಉಜ್ಜಯಿನಿ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ಶ್ರವಣಬೆಳಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಇದು ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಧಾರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಶ್ರವಣಬೆಳಗೊಳ ತೀರ್ಥ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಮಹಾನ್ ಕೇಂದ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸೂಚನಾ ತಂತ್ರದ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಸೂಚನಾ ತಂತ್ರದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿದ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಾನು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಾ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, RTI, CBI. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ವರೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದದ್ದು. ಇದು ಸೂಚನಾ ತಂತ್ರ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ದಿಗಂಬರ ಮುನಿ ತಪಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಹಾರ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೋಕ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ತನ್ನ ನಿಮಿತ್ತದಿಂದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮತ್ತು ಧರ್ಮ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಐತಿಹಾಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಆದಿನಾಥ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ತಾಯಿಗೆ 16 ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಅವರ ಪುತ್ರ ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿಗೆ 16 ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಸೌಧರ್ಮ ಇಂದ್ರ ಅವಧಿಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ತಿಳಿದು ಆ ತೀರ್ಥಂಕರನ ಅನೇಕ ಉತ್ಸವಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ, ಕಾರಕ ಮತ್ತು ಸೂಚಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷ ನಿಮಿತ್ತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ನಿಮಂತ್ರಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರು ಆದಂಥ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸಮಯ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಎದ್ದು ಕೂಡಲೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಸಮಯ ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯ ನಾನು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದು ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಜೈನ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಎಂಥದ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಸರ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಗ್ರಂಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಪೂಜ್ಯಪಾದರು ಬರೆದದ್ದು. ಅಷ್ಟವು ಮಹಾನಿಮಿತ್ತಾನಿ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷ ಭೌಮ ಅಂಗ ಸ್ವರ ವ್ಯಂಜನ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಚಿನ್ನ ಸ್ವಪ್ನನಾಮಾನಿ. ನನಗೆ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅರಿವಿದೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಎದ್ದು ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. ಇವರು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಸೂಚನೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಬರಲಿ. ಇದು ಸೂಚನಾ ತಂತ್ರದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಸೂಚನೆ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಈಗ अंतरिक्ष अंतंद्रे आकाश के सूर्य चंद्र तारा आदि की गति से अतीत अनागत का ज्ञान कराना अंतरिक्ष निमित्त ज्ञान है। भौम जमीन की वृक्ष स्निग्ध आदि अवस्थाओं से हानि लाभ का परिज्ञान, जमीन में गड़े हुए धन आदि का ज्ञान कराना भौम विज्ञा है। अंग माने शरीर के अंग प्रत्यंगों के उसके सुख दुख आदि का ज्ञान कराना अंग निमित्त है। स्वर अक्षरात्मक अनक्षरात्मक शब्दों को सुनकर इष्ट अनिष्ट का फल ज्ञान कराना स्वर निमित्त है और व्यंजन निमित्त सिर मुंह गले आदि में तिल मत्स्य आदि चिन्हों को समझकर लाभ अलाभ का ज्ञान कराना। छठा है लक्षण श्रीवृक्ष स्वस्तिक कलश आदि चिन्हों के शुभाशुभ ज्ञान कराना। चिन्ह माने वस्त्र शस्त्र छत्र जूते से लेकर आसन तक शैया से लेकर शस्त्र तक आदि के अंगों पांगों को समझ करके अर्थ बताना। और अंतिम है आठवां स्वप्न। इस तरह से अष्टांग निमित्त ज्ञान के विषय में बहुत विस्तार से चर्चा है। आपने मुझे समय दिया, ध्यान से सुना, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Professor Upadhyay. May I request you to kindly stay on this center of the dais? We would like to felicitate you. May I invite Shri Piyush Jain ji, Honorary Treasurer of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, to kindly come over to felicitate Professor Jai Kumar Upadhyay. Yes. Huh? Oh, yes, sir. सर आगे आइए सर। Please give him a big round of applause. He has come all the way from Delhi. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let us commence the next session. I would request Ashok to kindly ensure that one more chair is put for this section. I'd like to invite onto the dais now two ladies from Croatia. In fact, I went to them and first of all asked them how I should pronounce the name. I hope I got it rightly. Željka Ciganovic. Am I correct? Please do come, welcome. And Ms. Christina. Welcome to both of you. Let me also invite onto the dais Sri Anand Krishna. Welcome you, sir. And Sri Subhanu Saxena. While Željka and Christina have come from Croatia in Europe, Sri Anand Krishna has come from Indonesia, and Sri Subhanu Saxena has come from Lucknow. Oh, London via China. Okay, I got that wrong. He has come from London via China. So we really have an international panel here. And they would be talking on different subjects. First of all, we will have Ms. Željka and Christina, who would be talking about self-development through yoga in Southern Eastern Europe. Before that, I take a minute or two to introduce them. Ms. Željka Ciganovic, a Croatian-born eminent international holistic therapist, writer, and coach on healthy style, spirituality, and corporate wellness. She left behind a successful career in international marketing to change her occupation and lifestyle. She came to His Holiness Sri Shivakumar Swamiji Nasimat in India to get healed. Here she began learning about healing and spirituality and immersed herself in helping other people regain their health. She is a coach on healthy lifestyle, spirituality, and corporate wellness in Europe and Asia. Specializes in health at the workplace, stress management, positive thinking, acupressure, yoga, and naturopathy. Ms. Christina has dedicated her life to the cause of harnessing peace, health, happiness, content, and longevity and to self and to others. Her growing interest in self-development, Shiva Yoga, and naturopathy led her to becoming a disciple of His Holiness Sri Shivakumar. She has been influential speaker in delivering talks on pranayama, meditation, mind and spirit. Christina has authored 2 books, Divine Health Program and Deep Meditation. Over to you. Would you like to do would you be doing it together or one after another? Together. Okay, I welcome both of you.
Namaste to everybody, and we are very honored to be here today and to participate in this wonderful program. We have been told to actually make it short, but we will try to communicate as much as information on the topic as possible in the as interesting possible way. The topic of our today's lecture talk is self-development through yoga in Southeastern Europe. So we will be very brief. We will just explain you basically where is Southeastern Europe. We all know where it is, but just to make it sure one more time. Other presentation, self-development. And then brief history, connection between the Southeastern Europe and India, because we all know it, but just to a little bit revise it, and about the importance of yoga in daily life of today's people. Sir has actually introduced me, so we can skip that part. And one more thing. Yeah, next. Okay, I'm giving the word to Christina.
Okay, today I want to take namaste to everybody. I'm very happy and honored to participate to this conference. I'm actually practicing yoga and pranayamas, meditation and Trataka yoga for now 17 years. And we will actually talk here about our experience, and we will also cover history of self-development and yoga throughout our country and Southeast Europe. So what is yoga? Yoga is actually a spiritual practice. It is a science, spiritual science, that is connecting mind, body, and spirit, and bringing it deep and in balance, in harmony. Yoga itself, it derives from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means unity. So actually, it is a practice. It doesn't belong to any religion, any caste, any creed, anybody. It belongs to everybody. Everybody has a right to practice it. And what it does, it brings us back to ourselves. Because nowadays, it is the most important thing. Because we all forgot what is actually being connected with ourselves. It derived from India 5,000 years back, but now it has been spread throughout the world and become actually a worldwide lifestyle when people are approaching to different yoga centers to learn how to balance their mind, their body, and their spirit. So yoga itself, what does it mean, self-development? We are born to develop, to involve, to work on ourselves. For some, it is arts. For some, it is business. Somebody wants to build up a career. Somebody wants to develop in the family life. What kind of profession or what kind of lifestyle you choose, it is up to you. But that development is something that you have to nourish, and you can nourish it through actually spiritual practice, like yoga. So yoga itself, what we have learned, it contains of physical exercises, but also out of meditation and spiritual practice that will take us inwards and bring to that balance in ourselves. Our Guruji Sri Shivakumar Swamiji Nasimat nicely presented our being, ourself, as chandeliers. We are actually, our soul, our Atman, is like a bulb, which actually all the time shines. But because we have that koshas, that bodies, electric body, physical body, mental body, they're actually covering that light, and over time, it becomes dusty, dirty, and creates like a fake, it lowers down the light. So what we need to do actually, through self-development exercises like yoga, we have to clean those glasses so our light from inside can shine through. And that light from inside, from everybody, one of us is one and the same. We are all actually part of one, and that is yoga. Yoga is realizing that we are actually one and the same, each and everyone. But through certain exercises, we have to realize it, because of the many obstacles through life, we are actually forgetting those things. So how I came to Shiva Kumar Swamiji Nasimad, he actually, before I was practicing as a child, I was practicing Hatha Yoga, yogic exercises, everything which I actually learned from the books. And how I grew older, I actually started exploring, went to different centers here and there, and I learned meditation, which actually brought me to the state of mind where I could feel happy about myself. When I came to India to Shiva Kumar Swamiji Nasimad, he actually taught me what is the importance of belief. Because if you don't believe in the practice that you're doing, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your guru, then all the development is there is no development. There is a scientific research recently done. It was proven that if you're doing exercises, and if you're doing against your will, then it has the same effect as you were not doing anything. So it has to come from inside. We have to have that belief, that positive mind, that strength from inside, that what we are doing correctly. What we are doing for our benefits. And whatever we are doing, whether we are sweeping the house, whether we are doing some asanas, yoga, anything, we have to put our mind and body and soul into it. So then it can actually have a result throughout our being, and that is actually yoga. So Željka will tell something about our...
So Christina explained that she was in Croatia learning from the books about yoga. So now a little bit we'll brief you about Southeastern Europe for brief, and then we'll proceed about importance of yoga in Southeastern Europe. So as you know, Europe is a continent. Southeastern Europe is consisting of the countries Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, Greece, Romania, and Bulgaria. Partially, some people put Turkey, some not. What is actually, why we are mentioning it is because what is the culture there? Everybody thinks, for example, that, Westerns abroad, everybody lives the same lifestyle. Southeastern Europe, if you go, you perhaps watch the movie Big Fat Greek Wedding, or this. In Southeastern Europe, people still appreciate family values, face-to-face, person-to-person. Very, very similar to Indian culture, very vibrant culture is there. So in the history of time, though people are all the time happy, making jokes, they try even if they are poor, they try to be happy. History was like that there were plenty of wars happening there. So from each side, there were invaders coming. Whether from what is it, North Austria-Hungarian, or whether from the West, Napoleon, whether Ottoman Empire, all the time somebody was invading this. And all the time people were left poor, homeless. They always had to, realize that material thing, house is not important. Human life is important. When you have wars every few years, you could actually naturally come to realize those things. in the history, kind of it happened, as we all know, Second World War. After Second World War, people decide, okay, we have to work on the peace in the world. So there was Nehru as from the Indian side, Marshal Tito from Yugoslav. So Southeastern Europe means it's 90% Yugoslavia was there, okay, plus Romania, Bulgaria, Greece. So Yugoslavia, Marshal Tito as the president of Yugoslavia, Nehru as the presiding of India, and Nasser from Egypt. So the point is that they came together and started non-aligned movement with all the values of peace, equality, brotherhood, unity. At that time, so because of those things as friendship, there was a big exchange of students, researchers, scientists from India going to Yugoslavia, southeastern part, most of the southeastern Europe. And the same thing from southeastern Europe going to India. So there was a big exchange of knowledge. So values, knowledge, and from anthropological view, very interesting. People in Yugoslavia consider Gandhi as really, Mahatma Gandhi, as really the wonderful soul, okay? And after some time also, they started accepting yoga and other parts of Indian culture. A little bit, Christina will talk briefly, just briefly, on the history of yoga in Southeastern Europe.
So in Southeastern Europe, everything started around 1960s. When there was publishing of the books, for example, Yoga for Everybody, Yoga and Sport, where actually yoga was presented as a subtle exercises for rejuvenating the body. So it was something how to enhance your health, how to enhance your well-being through certain exercises that will not damage your nerves, muscles, and in the same time, simple meditations that will actually calm your mind and help you cope with the stress. So everything started around 60s and 70s, where actually books are published, and then yoga centers in those areas started to blossom. So 1970s, we have now first centers like Transcendental Meditation, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, who actually also started to be well known. They're conducting lectures and courses about yoga and self-development in general. And so people actually wanted something different, some change. They want to gain some knowledge about how to become healthy, how to become more energetic. So they reached actually for the Eastern wisdom of yoga and meditation.
So this was 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, time of Yugoslavia. We were self-sufficient. Everybody had 13 salaries in a year, not 12, 13. Everybody was going for vacation, summer vacation, winter vacation. Everybody had job, everybody had housing, government provided, free education, free social insurance. 1991 happened. If you are aware, the war happened. So we were talking about wars every few years. Then we were lucky from 1944, 45 up to 91, we didn't have a war. But this one happened, 1991. Not only Croatia, it happened Bosnia, and it left many people, I would not say only homeless. Homeless isn't that thing, you don't care about it. Without family members. Family members were killed in front of their eyes. Why we are mentioning this? Because at that time, many volunteers from all around the world who were doing yoga, who were doing pranayama, who were doing meditation, they realized that the yoga is need of the hour at that territory. They realized that the post-traumatic stress syndrome or disorder, you can actually heal only from inside, from the mind. Because mind is your worst enemy. There were, of course, after they became refugees, they got the shelters and everything. But all the time, if you're in your head, every night you sleep, you wake up with killings in front of your eyes and remembering, you cannot live your life normally. So volunteers came to Yugoslavia from really different organizations from all around the world to work with people for free, to volunteer. They've proven that actually by doing pranayama, by doing meditation, these people got some relief. In the sense they don't have to take severe medications, they can just live normal life in the sense if you know what is post-traumatic stress disorder, in the night people just wake up and think somebody's going to kill them and try to run away. So it's okay 1 night, 2 nights, but if you're 10, 15 years living like that, you're a crazy person you become. And that was happening to the entire population. Yoga has proven as the remedy for that problem. What is that is God's gift, actually. Yoga is God's gift. We cannot say anything else. We can say, yes, my namaskar to Patanjali, my namaskar to all the really rishis and everybody, but that's God's gift, really. That's God's gift. What is actually the situation today, Christina? How are people perceiving yoga today? You said how is 1960s, 70s, 80s, but what is now, 2017, 2018? How are people perceiving yoga?
So
What is
now
yoga?
actually, since 2014, it is well known that yoga, we have International Yoga Day, 21st of July, which is actually celebrated worldwide. And
And sorry, I just want to say, really, you have to appreciate, I'm not for any party, any politician, really, trust me. You have to appreciate Modiji. Really, what Modi, no, really. No, I'm just telling, what he has done for yoga abroad, for meditation,
Exactly.
amazing things.
Exactly. So since 2014, actually, we are celebrating. There are now more than 200 centers throughout some different systems. One social and all other things. Actually, it has been very much accepted by the people, the ordinary people, because actually what happens, the Croatia is itself a Christian country. 98% of the population is Christianity. So the thing was, the yoga was considered as a part of different philosophy. But because of the experiences of the people who actually realized how much it helped and how much they reduced the stress, tension, how much it helped to their lives, it actually became a part of the system that is now practiced in colleges, in private schools, and throughout the country.
Yes, so Christina has mentioned that majority of Croatian people are Catholics, in Serbia Orthodox, Bosnia, well, Muslims. So wherever you go, somebody will have something to say against yoga, to be honest. And actually, 20 years ago, to tell that you are practicing yoga was a brave act, really, brave act. People had to hide it that they're doing it. These days, it's completely different. Yoga studios are opening, yoga festivals are there all across. We are talking about Slovenia, Serbia being the most open. In Serbia, there is Yoga TV going on with the help of Indian Embassy. Again, one more time, Modiji, but Yoga TV going on. There are various really activities going on with the help of Indian government. And the interesting thing is that actually Padma Shri Award, which is kind of one of the highest awards in India, in 2016 has been given to Dr. Predrag Nikic from Serbia for all the researches he has done on influence of yoga, well, scientific researches, so from a biological, chemical point of view. Sorry. We'll a little bit make it short. We have so many things to tell you. So this is just, for example, Yoga Day organized by Indian Embassy in Croatia. This, yeah, you can continue. So just to show you there are plenty of, there is like really now big interest of people. Now they're free to say, yes, I'm doing yoga, nobody can do anything about it. Yeah, I will a little bit present you. So I'm a speaker, I'm a writer. With Guruji's blessings, really, I've become that. I was not there, I was into business and marketing and everything. And whenever I'm in Croatia, we live a little bit in India, a little bit in Croatia, we travel Europe, we conduct. Whenever I'm in Croatia, I tie up with different yoga studios which have their own system. So you have to understand, yes, yoga is tradition. Yes, yoga was taught in books like this. But then if you see every yoga teacher, or we can say somebody says instructor, but let's say yoga teacher as a little bit more profound and more experienced, they will have their own style. So what is very popular nowadays, of course, yoga for balancing the mind, yoga for connecting mind, body, spirit, yes. But when you have a pregnant lady in the 45 degrees or 40 degrees, Croatia is a hot country in the summer, mind you. So like India, you have to help that lady, okay? So they're very popular are prenatal and postnatal yoga courses, okay? When conducted by experienced people, usually they are doctors, This is lady, I personally know Yasna, she's a doctor, and she is herself, of course, delivered few children already, and she herself has been doing yoga for the last 20 years. These are the things, for example, I just wanted to show you how it's very popular it has become, okay? So pregnant ladies don't go so much anymore for those delivery courses in hospitals because they hear it 1 year goes out through the other. They prefer to go for yoga. After delivery, of course, we know ladies' bodies change, no? And their kind of hips go this side, bones go that side. They cannot walk, move for at least 6 months properly. A little bit back. So not only exercises for ladies, but ladies and babies. Because if you have a baby, I personally don't have, but you know it. If you have a baby, you cannot leave it for a second, right? You want to hold the baby all the time. So what they have developed is, most probably other teachers have their own systems. They've developed a way of mother and baby practicing together. Most of you have seen it in the internet. Everybody has different system. But this has become very popular. The bondage between the mother and the baby, or what they call the active motherhood yoga, the modern term. So in the sense that mothers are exercising, babies in front of them, babies smiling, and also kind of to also help the baby to move and develop the muscles and everything. And of course, a little bit the bigger children, age of 4 or 5, because they want to spend time together. Children all the day in school, they don't get time to see their mother. And of course, when they're at home, if they have 10 minutes time, their mother will say, let's exercise together. So these are very popular. So both will exercise at the same time, and this has become very popular. Okay, so we have said that there were many people talking for yoga and many people talking against yoga. So I'm a writer with Guruji's and God's blessings. I publish in more than 10 countries in Europe. One of them, publishing house, is a German-based, and they published a magazine called Sensa. Why I'm putting this example? I'm not advertising anybody. They're not in English, so I cannot advertise it here. They're a beautiful example of how one media that started 10 years ago with no money at all, they wanted to promote yoga, okay? They experienced many barriers. They experienced many threats. They experienced closing their offices, everything. Not even paper they won't supply for the printer. This is the left side is Print Monthly, their monthly magazine. Right side is special editions on yoga. Over time now they've become one of the most published magazines in Europe. And that's a difference of 10 years. They themselves, you can next stick. So their editions look like this. They promote yoga. This was the person who had muscular dystrophy. So he himself, it's for example, yeah, you can go next. This was me, yeah. But so the point is they want to publish about yoga. They want to tell that the common housewife, the children, whoever is scared, or they don't have money to go for yoga classes, they don't have time to go for yoga classes, they nicely present everything in the magazine and say, yes, you can do it also, you have to do it. And then when you have a magazine, you read it. You don't throw it, you give it to your friend, no? So they're actually promoting this way of lifestyle. Yoga is for everybody. Don't mind the age, don't mind the socioeconomic status, whatever, just do yoga. Christina has shared her experience. I will tell briefly my experience. So Sir has introduced me. So briefly, actually, I came 14 years ago to India, and I was working as international marketing in Jaipur, actually, for Indian exporters. And of course, I was doing this, that, yoga, trying. But I was going for Hatha yoga, but something was missing. Something was missing a lot. And you don't understand something is missing, though you go for different ashrams and different yoga schools. I was feeling, I met many Gurujis, I felt something was missing. And then, long story short, I managed to get into contact with today person, Sri Shiv Kumar Swamiji Nasamat, who is today my Guruji. And at that time, he was trying to teach me, what is yoga? What are you actually doing? Why are you doing it? So these are the questions you don't ask. Okay, I'm going for the class today because I want to be more flexible, or I'm going because I'm very upset somebody in the office told me something. I just want to go a little bit to pranayam and meditate. So he was trying to make me understand. This head was a little bit empty that time, perhaps now a little bit less empty. But he was trying to make me understand that yoga is not something you go somewhere, okay, somebody can teach you some asana. Yoga is something you yourself have to understand. As Christina said, you have to have belief in that, okay? You have to experience it yourself. You have, so yoga in the sense of connecting yourself to something above, which is still, to me, honestly, abstract, to the God. But this is the way I want to move in this direction. And many people, I cannot say abroad, but many people also in India want to move in that direction. So as we talk about yoga, what are all the aspects of yoga? If we cover only the part of pranayama and meditation, that is not fair to the other aspects of yoga, but now we'll just, because of time, cover it. What is more important is what other speakers at the conference were also talking about, is the element of prayer and the element of healing. Because if you come to Southeastern Europe for yoga class, why is church against it, for example? And that's okay, also their argument. They say that yoga is promoting Hinduism. Because yoga teacher comes and, for example, you do some chanting. So the point is of prayer doesn't have to belong to any religion. We can pray ourselves. If I'm Christian or Muslim or Hindu, whatever, I can pray myself. I don't have to be, actually my parents are atheists, but they're in the sense they don't believe in God as God. They believe in just they're spiritual in the sense they respect animals, they respect trees, they respect, so what is their, so prayer as the power of ourselves, yes, I'll be peaceful. Why should I hate somebody? What's the need of hating somebody? I want to connect myself with all good people in the world. I want to help build peace in the world. So these are the things, that's the purpose of yoga, right? Not just being flexible, good-looking, peaceful mind. Peaceful mind is a relative term. You ask two people, are you peaceful? One person will say, yes, I'm very peaceful, but they will be shaking and biting the nails and everything. So it's a very relative term, actually. So, but peaceful in the sense you can see it's reflecting your daily communication with other people. If you're full of love with people, okay, sometimes you're all in a bad mood, sometimes it happens. But if you're respecting somebody, sharing the knowledge, sharing whatever with your working colleagues or in family members, you are creating peaceful environment in your house. You're creating peaceful environment in your street, city, and the world. So this is the purpose of yoga. This is the purpose of prayer. Another thing what I was blessed to got to know, we all talk about healing, distance healing and everything. I myself was for 8 years doing Reiki and psychokybernetics, and there were results. I'm not saying there were results, but just for everybody, perhaps something else is meant to be. So when I came to my Guruji, I learned about divine healing. There are different names, okay? This is not a brand, we cannot brand it. You can call it however you want. You can call it just the power of yourself when you meditate or when you pray, and you manage to connect, and for example, you want the peace in the world, you want the balance in the nature, you want the nature to recover, and when you pray every day, and when you send the energy to when it happens, you know you have succeeded. I have witnessed many cases when my Guruji was actually teaching us how we can all get together and heal on distance from India to Southeastern Europe without any autosuggestion, without any, whatever you can say from a psychological point of view of influencing the patient or the person we are treating, and just sending the energy. Is it beeping to me? Sorry. Okay, sorry, I thought it 5 more minutes. Okay. So briefly, just the point is that, yes, the topic of today's talk, what we wanted to have is, self-development through yoga in Southeastern Europe. But Southeastern Europe is just an example. We can take Bangalore as an example. We can take Karnataka as an example. Healthy lifestyle. How many people are doing actually yoga? How many people are praying, but I'm not saying like puja. I'm just really saying inside going and realizing who you are, because of today, I'm actually teaching corporates. And I know what is the situation. People don't get time hardly to sleep. They don't get the time, okay? So we have to work on the life quality of people, also in Bangalore. That's what I all ask you to do, or whichever part of India you are coming, or world. So that's the point of yoga. So the yoga as a peaceful, balanced mind, coordination of mind and body and soul. So we have actually made it really short so that other speakers can have more time. But we have like 5 more minutes, but let's say I will take 2 more minutes. If anybody has any questions, you are free to ask, please. So Nasmat Guruji's ashram in Bangalore. Arti Nagar, sir. Artinagar, one is in Pinya, one is in Artinagar. So I can give you contacts. No problem with that. But any question regarding the topic? I know it's like, okay, you're sitting, we're listening, but was this did we manage to pass some information about Southeastern Europe and yoga in Southeastern Europe, or was it interesting? Was it? Okay, I'm hoping that you will say yes. Yes, sorry, please. Answer. For me, actually, that's difficult to talk. I don't, even if I had, I cannot explain. So I'm saying, for me, it's still too abstract. I know many people have experienced divine, somewhere going, traveling, astral bodies, this and that. I'm a little bit more, still on lower levels, perhaps, but trying still to manage my peaceful mind and being happy myself. And then hopefully God will one day provide me an insight into some higher levels. So. Okay, any more questions? Anything you can ask? Yeah, please. One second, sorry. Okay, Christina. Whatever you want. Which one would you like? Do you want
Everybody can practice.
Sure.
So, when I was in Croatia, I lived there 15 years in ashram, doing asanas and all kind of stretching, this, that. When I came actually to India, Sri Shivakarma Swamiji told me that today it's more important to teach and to show and to learn something that is simple, that everybody can do it, and that is actually the best thing, the things that make you more benefits.
She wants to say she can now perform the most difficult asana. She will do it, don't worry. But we are talking about what I was saying. You have common people who sit at the desk for 16 hours and they have neck pain and spine problems. You cannot expect somebody suddenly to do there. I mean, so what she's saying is that for today's society, we need simplest exercise. Something that you can do, you're able to do regularly. It's not the point of yoga, okay, I can do gymnastics, I can do circus, I can do this, I can do that, but I don't do some basic things and then I develop carpal problem, like carpal tunnel inflammation or similar. So she will just briefly...
So briefly, I can demonstrate. There is one simple exercise, we call it a monkey dance, which actually literally
looks like a monkey dancing.
Circulates the full body, okay?
And then you can do some asana. So you might not think, okay, this is not asana, but actually she's not dressed now actually for exercises. We were not expecting it. But this is as simple as possible. Why hands up and down? Because of blood circulation, because of BP. Even if you have low BP or if you have high BP, just by, of course, don't have, if you're hypertension at the moment, don't jump too long in the sun, of course. But by doing it, your blood circulation will improve throughout the entire body. Definitely BP will balance, okay?
And the most important thing nowadays, especially because all the sittings and everything, is improve circulation. And you can do that through this exercise and through actually stimulating capillary system. Capillary system is actually the most subtle cardiovascular system in the body. And you can do that by just hitting yourself. Full body.
Slapping.
Just tapping, slightly tapping to improve circulation throughout the body. Because when there is no circulation, what happens? Blockages happens, infection, any kind of actually disease starts. So the improving circulation is the first step of improving your health, actually.
Somebody there was asking something. Sorry, I think we have a little bit more time, 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, yes. Okay, thank you. Anything? So this was just the brief, because always time is the limit. time is limited. We always have to, but so much we wanted to convey to you, and we wanted so much from you to convey to us, but some other time, Ben. No, so today it was a nice, actually, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for
Thank you very
participating.
much.
And we hope next time, you will come with more questions, we will come with more topics, and we will share the knowledge and be happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Zilka and Christina, for an extremely well articulated presentation. I invite Srimati Sita Ramchandra and Srimati Pushpa Ramanuja to kindly felicitate the young girls.
In the meanwhile, I'd like to make a small announcement. I understand a pink purse with a key inside it is lost. If anybody finds it, kindly come over here. It belongs to Srimati Lalita Sheshadri. If anybody finds it, we would like to hand it over to her, please. Yeah, it's a pink purse, a small pink purse.
I now invite Sri Anand Krishna to come and give his presentation. He will be speaking on Trihitakarana, the indigenous wisdom of Bali. Swami Anand Krishnan is an Indonesian spiritual humanist of ethnic Indian origin and a prolific writer. He has been striving to create an enlightened society by working on inner peace, developing communal love and harmony, and realizing global oneness with his motto, one earth under one sky and in one humankind. Anand Krishna stands firm on his mission, unperturbed by life's trials and turbulences. Through Anand Ashram Foundation, affiliated to the United Nations, Anand Krishna has inspired several other social and educational organizations. The fourth president of Indonesia, Abdur Rahman Wahid, recognized his contributions and said, "If we want to have peace, then we must hear what Anand Krishna is saying." I think that is so profound, and we are fortunate to hear Anand Krishna here. Over to Sri Anand Krishna.
Thank you. Namaste, namaskar. From yesterday, my looks have misguided many people. They either start speaking in Kannada or in Tamil. I'm very sorry. My Hindi is also limited. I was born in Indonesia 62 years ago. My father had gone there in 1930s from Sindh. Then it was undivided India. And when partition happened, the whole family came there and I was born there. But let me make it very brief. Before I go to my presentation, why I'm here. I must first of all convey my gratitude to Puja Shri, the Dharmadhikari of Dharmasthal, and the entire team of Bhavans. It's an honor to be here, speaking to you all. Friends, 28 years ago, and this is why the subject, belief beyond evidence, these three words, keywords, are very important. I'm the evidence. 28 years ago, I was dying of leukemia, blood cancer. I was at the top of my material career. I was working for more than 15 years. I started very early. I studied, did my BBA, MBA while working. And after 15 years of hard work, director, marketing director in a multinational company with 2,000, 3,000 people working under me, at the end of the day, here I was with 200 machines and I was a garment manufacturer. It was an achievement. It was an achievement. I was happy. Everything was going on quite all right. I was a marketing man and I had a very good support from my clients from overseas. The factory was already exporting from the second month, which is, if you know garment industry, it's not possible, but it was possible. 1 year later, one day I was brushing my teeth and I had blackout, went to the hospital, leukemia, advanced stage. And my doctor was the head of the presidential team. It was very difficult to get hold of him, to get appointment with him. 1 year, 1991, in and out of hospital. Every time I come out of hospital, I was in a worse condition. I have a guru in Bangalore, Puttaparthi. I came to him, Satya Sai Baba. He said, "You're all right, go back." I met Shukanadi here, go back. But going back was no solution. My HP level, if there are some doctors here, recorded the lowest was 1.7. I should be lying on the hospital bed, and I was traveling. I was going for medication to Singapore, here in the cancer hospital, I forgot the name, in Bangalore, Indonesia. Every time I come out of hospital and I was not responding to chemotherapy, one day, in front of the jail here, there's a Buddhist vihara. I used to go there for meditation in the evening, Sunday evening. And I met with this monk, a lama from Tibet. He said, "Why don't you come to Leh?" At my condition, it was improbable. I didn't think that it would be possible for me to go to Leh. But I was just being nice. Okay, I said, "Fine, I'll try to come." He left Bangalore. 2 days after that, I made arrangement, no e-ticket that time, and that was good. Made arrangement to go to Leh. End of November, 1991. It was an early snow in Leh. The travel agent told me, "It's risky, you can be held." Flights were not that regular like now. And you know, Leh is the shortest runway in the world, yeah? Anyway, I got there, and I got down of the taxi. He had given me the name of the monastery where he'll be, and that monastery was the trigger to take me to Leh. The monastery was Himis. And I'd heard that Himis was a monastery where Jesus was reported to have been. So that was the trigger point. If I'm dying, I might as well see this place first. As I got down from the taxi, I just remembered, it occurred to me, I had never asked the name of this monk, how to find him. You know, when you have leukemia, there's no oxygen supply to your brain. You can forget things. You simply forget things. I got down, no name, and as I got down, have you been to Leh? Anybody has been to Leh? Have you been to Hemis Monastery? Yes? Right. So Hemis Monastery in 1991, this was not renovated. I was there last year. It is totally renovated now. But at that time, there was a very old staircase, and as I was getting down from the taxi, going towards the staircase, there this monk was there on top. The first thing he told me was, "You have chosen a right place to die. You have lived," how old I was, 35, 36. "You have lived for 30 plus years, let's die now." 1 week talking. When I was there 8 years ago, He had put me not in the monastery, he had put me in a small hut outside the monastery, and we have the documented things. We had taken photographs and the video of that, but now that hut is a guest house. Last year I was there. Anyway, 1 week later he told me, go back. I said, that's it? He said, yes. If you die here, I cannot take care of your dead body. I'm a simple monk. Came back to Indonesia, my doctor told me, if you are going around the world, don't come back to me. If you want to die, don't die on me. Don't come back to me. I said, no, please give me the last blood transfusion. I was living on blood transfusion. Every week I needed blood transfusion. Blood transfusion, meantime, I sold my factory. Well, not sold. It was taken over by the banks, mortgage and all that. At the end of the day, in 1991, I was left with $5,000–6,000 US, and that's it. Told my wife, this is all the money I have. We have to move out of this house. The house has to go to take care of my debts and all that. But I don't want to leave any debt. This is all the money we could still buy. In 1991, in Indonesia, we could still buy a one-bedroom apartment. So this is it. I'm leaving you and I'm dying. I'm ready to die. 1 week later, I was well. I was healed. I got up in the morning and I saw my palms. My palms were all ashen. For 1 year, there was no blood. All ashen, just white. And I just saw my palm and there was blood. It was pink, like this. So I went to doctor. And the first time in 1 year, the HP level had come. Next, it was 12. Came down to 11. Right now, I am in the HP level 12, which is not normal. You may be having 14, 15 Asian, and European may have 16. But I have been living for 28 years. But that was a turning point. My banks came back to me. My partners came back to me. Let's do business again. I said, no. Let me do something else now. So here I am. So this is the evidence. But why my presentation? While I was in Leh, in Himis, I saw one statue. And this statue, there was a name there which hit me. And so mysteriously appearing in Hindi, which I could read a bit, not in Tibetan script. And it was written Dharmakirti Swarnadvipi. Now I know Swarnadvipa is the old name for Sumatra, one of the islands of Indonesia. We have got 17,000 islands. So when I say we, please for some time, for next 20 minutes, consider me as Indonesian, okay? Don't go by my looks. So that made me study more about Indonesia, what Indonesia is, what it was. 1,200 years ago, a Bengali scholar, Pandit. But by the way, in the meantime, after I was healed, I went to Leh many times, could not find that monk again. And when I met Dalai Lama, first time I met him in 1995, 4 years after I was healed, he asked me particularly about my experience, and when I told him, he started laughing. He said, have you been looking for him? I said, yes. And he started laughing. You know, belly laughter, if you have seen Dalai Lama, when he laughs from his belly. So he started laughing. He said, no, you'll not find him. So he kind of implied, he gave me an impression that he knew that this was one of the siddhas in the Himalayas. You have so many siddhas. Studying about Indonesia, very amazing. 1,000 years ago, people traveling from China would come to Swarnadvipa, to Sumatra, to learn Sanskrit. We had Sanskrit institutions there. We have Sanskrit texts which we are now translating, retranslating them. And the Sanskrit is a little bit different than the Sanskrit in India. Swarnadvipa, Atisha, a Bengali scholar, had gone to Indonesia to learn meditation from an Indonesian teacher called Dharmakirti. And this Dharmakirti then came to India and died in India. Atisha came back to India, and his meditation is the most popular meditation among the Tibetans. It is called Tonglen. Tonglen means, and that was my healing point also, do not run away from negativity. Accept negativity, acknowledge negativity, and then process it, turn it into positivity. It's the same message of Upanishads, to look into the nature of things. So it's not about positive thinking, it's about positive attitude. And positive attitude means also to accept the negativity. And that made me realize that Indonesia, yes, next please. If you see here, you see all those light green. This, if you take the picture from satellite, you know that Indonesia, right now 17,000 islands, they were not separated. They were all hooked to the mainland of India. We were all one land. We were all one land. And there are so many scholars now writing about this. If you see this, you can read. The archaeological evidence confirm the origin of civilization and even of humanity itself in the Indies, that is India and Indonesia. And it would not be appropriate to even call it India and Indonesia. Perhaps we should go back to the old term, that is Jambudvipa. So we were all one. So the idea that Indonesia imported Hinduism from India is wrong. That we were all one, and we all had the same roots, same cultural and civilizational roots. And you see now how big, how large is that landmass? All of that. Yes, next please. I have written extensively on this. Southeast Asia, the source of the elements of Western civilization. I have written many books on this subject. Before going further into what I wanted to say, yes, next please. Do we have someone in this audience whose name is Ghatotkacha? There is a hero who saved the Pandavas named Ghatotkacha, and he is documented in Mahabharata. And how come we do not have a single child named Ghatotkacha? In Indonesia, Gatot is the most common name until today. And we firmly believe that Ghatotkacha, Hadimba, or Arimbi we call her, the mother of Ghatotkacha was a Javanese, perhaps Sumatran. She was born in Indonesia. And that's why Ghatotkacha is very, very famous. That is the Indonesian version of Ghatotkacha from the puppets and all that, okay? Next. So if you see now, this shape, yeah, it reminds you of Sund, the trunk of the elephant. And therefore this whole region was called Sund. The foreigners call it Sunda land. But we in Indonesia forgot all this history. We all forgot this history. Now we are doing a lot of research and we are trying to rewrite the history. Next, please. This is one of the very beautiful prayer. I'm writing just the translation. It comes from my colleague, Maya's homeland, that is Sunda. The mountains may not be destroyed. The rivers may not be polluted. The ancestral injunction should not be forgotten. Revere trees and revere the forest. Pose no harm to any of them. Otherwise, all living beings shall certainly suffer. This is the subject of Professor Andrew's presentation earlier. That Sarvavyapi. You do some harm to somebody. I am honored to have Pujya Shri Dharmadhikari ji here. To harm anything is to harm the entire humanity. Next, please. We have this, the divine guardians, couple. We call her Devi Sri and Sadhana. Devi Sri is Sri Devi, not the celebrity who just died. But we call her Sri Devi, Bhumi, Devi, Sri. There we do it the other way, Devi Sri. And Sadhana has all the attributes of Vishnu. So it's Vishnu and Lakshmi. Next, please. Can you come back to the first earlier one? Can you see? It's very interesting. We used to have our notes, government notes, with all this from 1960s. But until 1970s, 75, we had currency with Ganesha. You won't find it in India, right? Okay, next. Trihitakaran. Trihitakaran, of course, this is a Sanskrit word. And this word was coined in 1962, around 62. There was an Arya Samaji, Pandit Narendra Shastri. He came to Indonesia in 1950s, and he kind of revived Hinduism in Bali. But the original wordings are Parahyangan, that's man's relation with the divine forces actually. Pavongan, man's relation with fellow human beings. Palamahan, man's relation with the environment. Lamah means weak. So the environment includes animals actually. Animals are weaker, so we have to have compassion towards them. We do not kill them. We have compassion. Pavongan, man and man, man to man. We are at the same level, so we must have equality. For the animals, we must have compassion. For among human beings, fellow human beings, we must have equality. And Parahyangan, there should be reverence. There should be reverence towards the higher forces. And again, all these are within us also. So there is Alit Bhuana, there is a microcosmos, there is a microcosmos. And all these are within us. What is outside us is also within us. So when we have weaknesses in our being, we have to be compassionate towards that, and on and on. And then I must also tell you about one of the very famous phrase in Indonesia and Bali is Ashtabrata. We call it Asta Brata. Asta Brata, I yet have to find a source in India. This is supposed to be a discussion between Ram and Vasishtha. But it is not in Yoga Vasishtha. I found, maybe I didn't find the right one, but I haven't really found the exact things. Here, next, before Rama goes out of the school, out of her Gurukul, Vasishtha is telling him, you must learn from nature. You have finished your schooling in Gurukul, but from now onwards, nature, let nature be your teacher. And the first thing he says is learn from the sun, Surya, also called Surya in Balinese, in Javanese, shines and shares light with one and all. It does not discriminate. Yeah? Second one is Chandra. Takes on sun's role in the dark. When there's darkness, the Chandra is there to show you the way. So learn from Chandra. Even though the economy is very low, everything is going bad, still shine on, still hang on, persistence. Third one is Tarak. Taraka, we call it Taraka. We pronounce it Taraka. Taraka is star. And this is about the North Pole star, yes. So guide those who are straight. If somebody is going along the wrong way, you must guide. The North Pole star until now is being used by the ship, what do you call this? The sailors. Yeah, the sailors are still using it. Where your compass is not working, they follow the North Pole, So even though things are going bad, you still persist, and you also find you do not let anybody go astray. You help them. The fourth one is Bhumi. Patient, ever giving through, though trample upon. Even if somebody does wrong to you, keep on giving. They do anything bad, you still, because that should be your nature. So my guru used to tell me that you should be loving. When you say, I love you, something is wrong. You should be loving, full stop, period. And then you love everybody. Love should be your nature. And if you love me, you may not love him, love her. So love should be the nature. This is about Bhumi. Fifth one, learning from Varuna. Varuna is Varun. Yeah? In Indonesian is Varuna, water. And water, the understanding of water is also my parents, my father came from Sindh. And the Sindhis have this Ishtadevta. If you know, Varuna is the Ishtadevta of Sindhis. You call him Julelal. Yeah? So Julelal, also in Leh, when they greet each other, Jule. Are you still dancing? It's a beautiful greeting. Are you still dancing? You know? In China, if you go to China, you know the greeting China? Ni hao. Are you still there? In France, you go to France, are you dressed up properly? You know, are you still dancing? Go against the tide, not only going with the flow. If you must go against the tide, go even against the tide. Follow the water. When there is a rock, huge rock, the water finds its way. It doesn't stop. Finds its way. And then sixth one, Ashtabratas, of course, 8, yeah. Learning from fire purifies, cleanses. And all these, I've written a book in Indonesian, all these are actually management skill. And I've connected it with business, with executives. That was my previous experience. To recycle. And then seventh, learning from Vayu. Vayu is Vayu, wind, air. Ability to penetrate anything. Small hole, small seal, get in. Whether you don't have to wait until you have a big investment or something. No, a small investment, try something. Try something. Number 8, learning from Samudra, to be expansive. Samudra, expansive. And to ever grow in expansion, do not stop. Before I go to the last slide, I would like to invite our ashram trustee, one of our ashram trustees, Trustee Maya. She will show you the technique that was learned by Atisha 1,200 years ago in Swarnadvipa, which he brought back to India. And since Atisha became more popular in Tibet, so this technique is more popular in Tibet now. The Dalai Lama told me this is the technique he does every day. And that's why I said we have got very good relation with Indonesia even from those days. And he says, this is how I keep forgiving the Chinese. So it is not about taking positivity from outside, but taking all the negativities from outside and taking it to your heart. It's a technique. You don't do it at home, please. But we would like to show you, if your heart is weak, then it is really going to be processed. So all the negativities in the form of energy is taken here, processed, and then spread it out as positivity. Negativity in, positivity out, not the other way around. Yeah, so she'll show you in just 2 minutes. She will speak in Indonesian just to keep the originality of the thing, but I will be telling you what she's saying. Do I have 2 minutes more? Okay? 5 minutes, okay, that's good, yeah.
Okay, Namaste.
Please don't do it, just see, yeah?
Aku menarik semua kebatilan yang ada di sekitarku. Dan aku mengolahnya menjadi kebajikan. Dan kusebarkan kembali ke seluruh penjuru.
So simple. Okay, maybe once is all right. Thank you. So, Rahayu is, how would you translate Rahayu?
Rahayu means peace,
Peace, okay. This is an old Javanese term for peace. So friends, it is really what Professor Andrew was speaking and other speakers were speaking. You can really feel the energy, the negative energy. So if you have a weak heart, then you don't do it. But we have tried this on several occasions when there was a need for this kind of practice, and we did it, and 100% success rate. That is, maintaining peace in a total city, in a whole country. In 1998, we had a big problem there with riots and all that. And within 3-4 days, we did this, everything peaceful. In 1965, the riots went on for months, similar riots. 1998 was just 3 days. Anyway, friends, once again, I'm very much grateful to all of you, to Pujya Shri, the Dharmadhikari of Dharmasthal, and to Bhavans, the whole team. Thank you very much. Namaste. Oh, yes. So this is when she was spreading her hands, she's telling that I take all the negativities from all around me and I bring it to myself, and I'm trying to, I recycle it and I spread it back in the form of positivity. Very simple. Okay.
Thank you, Sri Anand Krishna, for reinforcing our faith in the system of faith and belief. You took us to another world, showing us what faith and belief actually means and how it is practiced. I request Sri Ramanujam to kindly come and honor Sri Anand Krishna.
I thought that I should honor him. How I really with you.
I invite Sri Subhanu Saxena to kindly make his presentation. He'll be talking to us on beliefs in ancient Vedic teachings for modern living. Subhanu Saxena is currently co-managing partner of Neurian Healthcare and is a Vedic scholar with unparalleled excellence in Advaita. As a regional director of Gates Foundation, Subhanu shapes the foundation's industry engagement in Europe and is leading key global initiatives for the foundation. Subhanu holds an MBA from France and MA honors in engineering science from Oxford University. He is adept at multiple languages that include Hindi, French, Sanskrit, German, and Russian. He is an executive committee member of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, London.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shraddhayagnis Samidhyate Shraddhaya Vindate Havihi Shraddham Bhagasya Murdhani Vachasa Vedayamasi प्रियग्गश्रद्धे ददतः प्रियग्गश्रद्धे दिदासतः प्रियं भोजेषु यज्वसु इदम् उदितं कृधि यथा देवा असुरेषु श्रद्धामुग्रेषु चक्रिरे एवं भोजेषु यज्वसु अस्माकमुदितं कृधि श्रद्धां देवा यजमानाः वायुगोपा उपासते श्रद्धागुं हृदयया कूत्या श्रद्धया हूयते हविः श्रद्धां प्रातर्हवामहे श्रद्धां मध्यन्दिनं परि श्रद्धागुं सूर्यस्य निमृचि श्रद्धे श्रद्धापयेहमा श्रद्धा देवानधिवस्ते श्रद्धा विश्वमिदं जगते श्रद्धां कामस्य मातरं हविषा वर्धयामसि. Thank you. It is a real honor and privilege to be invited to speak here at Dharmadhikariji. Thank you so much. And a real blessing that my guru, the great Vedic scholar Sri M. N. Chandrasekhara, is here. For a student to have his guru listen is a great blessing. So we're very fortunate. That was Shraddha Suktam, originally from the Rig Veda and recited as it appears in the Taittiriya Brahmana. Shraddha means faith, faith which underlies belief. And so there are three topics I'll cover. I think I've been given 25 minutes, so I'll rattle through this. First, what is the nature of belief? What do we learn about belief and faith from the ancient Vedas and the tradition? Two, what are those relevant beliefs and messages for modern living? And in particular, I want to focus on business life, corporate life. Many of us who are in work. What could you take from those ancient teachings when you step through the door into your office? Third, what can you do from tomorrow morning as you leave here to really imbibe some of these ancient beliefs and teachings? So first, what do the Vedas tell us about belief and faith? Well, the word Shraddha has a very precise meaning. Shraddha dhati, satyam dadhati, meaning we put one's heart into a search for truth. It is a faith pending some truth. It is not a blind faith in something that may happen in the future that we may not experience. It is grounded in an ultimate experience. It's like the faith you have in your science teacher when the teacher tells you about how an engine works. You may hear it, but then you go and do an experiment and you see it for yourself. That is the nature of Shraddha in our tradition, that it leads to an experience. And that is an experience that's available here and now, not in the future. In Purusha Suktam, tamevam vidwan amrita iha bhavati nanyah pantha ayanaya vidyate iha. Not tomorrow or day after, iha. It's there for us right now. And that is the other fundamental teaching of the ancient tradition of Sarvatrika Anubhava. That we are all connected by a common experience of reality. It gets covered by the clutter of modern life. You know, running at 150 miles an hour. You know, if you're in a car going fast near a forest, what do you see? You see a blur. If you just stop, get up, walk around, oh, my water's gone. You'll see the trees clearly. So, this nature of Anubhava is just cluttered. We have to remove the clutter. And that's what the ancient sadhanas and yogas help us. Remove clutter. We're not trying to seek something that's outside of us. It's already there. It's covered. Swami Vivekananda would say we've put our own hands on our eyes and we say we're blind. Shastra says, look, which is why our teachings are called darshana. To look, to see, to understand. And so, it's a very scientific journey. It's a journey of self-discovery that is a repeatable, verifiable experiment. You don't have to take my word for it or the guru. You practice these sadhanas. You heard of the amazing experiences people have had. Those experiences are available to you. And our ancient Shastra extends to us an invitation to undertake a journey of self-discovery. Shastra reaches out its hand saying, come with me. You just have to grasp the hand and move forward. And have the Shraddha that will lead to an experience. And we've heard before, I think, Professor Foss, Andrew Foss, and others have talked about some of the scientific connections of ancient teaching, and we have a talk coming. So I just want to give you a few other examples and parallels in the ancient teachings on some of the scientific connections to what we're now learning today. We heard about the Bose-Einstein condensate, that there's a non-dual state of matter at absolute rest. Well, in Prashnopanishad, the question is asked, what's the universe made of? The response, Rayischa Pranan Cheti, matter and energy. I think Einstein said something about matter and energy, right? In the Brahma Sutram, the nature of prana as the Brahman is kampanat, is the sutra, because of its vibrating nature. When we look at string theory, we learn about the vibrating strings of energy that make up the universe. Who's heard of dark energy? Well, it turns out we only know 4% of the universe. 3/4 is some mysterious energy called dark energy. We have no clue what it is. The rest is matter, and of that matter, 73% is dark energy, 23% is dark matter, but we don't know what it is, and the rest 4% is everything here. What we have in the Purusha Suktam, Pado Osya Vishwa Bhutani. Only 1/4 of all of this is matter that we know. Tripada Syamratan Divi. 3/4 is in the immortal on high, something else. Dark energy. Quantum theory talks about the issue of the observer and the observed, and how when you observe an experiment, you affect the outcome. Well, we have in our tradition the whole teaching of Pramana Prameya Vyavahara, and how that distinction is illusory itself. It is a result of adhyasa, of false superimposition. In modern science, holography, the holographic principle, the world as a hologram, is nothing but adhyasa. And if you want to understand these principles, Shankaracharya's introduction to the Brahma Sutram is itself called Adhyasa Bhashyam. It's very short. It encapsulates the whole of Vedanta teachings in a very small space, where he talks about the nature of confusion that causes us to see the world for something else than it is in reality. And the Shastra is giving us those eyes to see the world. So you saw some of those simple examples of how actually that scientific basis we're learning in modern physics today. And that's just a few examples that I gave you. And so that belief that's not linked to Anubhava becomes mere dry speculation. Shushkatarka, it's called. Nane nimishena shushkatarkasya atra atma labha sambhavati, Shankara says. There's no place for dry speculation in our tradition. It's all based on experience. Anubhava vasanatvat bhutavastu vishayatvat cha brahma jnanasya, he says. This brahma jnana is rooted in an experience that's here and now. Because of that, belief, there's another part to belief in the traditional teaching, which is beliefs are there to be discarded. Now this may be something interesting for you all. Beliefs are mere signposts on the path to knowledge. And when a belief has fulfilled its purpose, it must be removed. We cling on to a belief as the supreme truth. Well, our tradition says it's a temporary truth. This technique is called Adhyaropa Apavada. It explained by Shankara in the Gita, chapter 13. I can give you more details offline, but in the interest of time I won't. But this notion of Adhyaropa Apavada Prakriya, you temporarily teach something. When it served its purpose, you discard it. That's how we learned about the atom. At school, what were you first told? The atom is this ball, these balls hitting each other. You understood the teaching? Right. Now forget it, it's not that. There's a nucleus, there's an electron. The electron's going around the nucleus. Did you get it? Yeah? Now forget that. It's actually a wave, not a particle. Do you get that? Yes. Now discard it. It's a wave particle, and so on. This is Adhyaropa Apavada. Same with belief. But we cling on to a belief as it's the absolute truth and forget it's just a checkpost. No one rishi or one belief is supreme. In fact, Yudhishthira tells us this. He's asked in the Yaksha Prashna, what is the path? His response is, Shrutir Vibhinnaha. The Vedas are ek taraf, one side. Smritayascha bhinnaha. The Smriti texts are somewhere on the other side. They have their own purpose. Naiko munihi yasya vachaf pramanam. There is no one muni whose truth is above all others. Dharmasya tattvam, the truth of dharma, nihitang guhaya, is hidden like in a cave. Mahajano yena gataha, the way the great have led their lives, sapantaha. It's what you do that counts, not what you say. And the great, if you look across the great leaders of the world who everyone loves and reveres, they're rooted in a common experience of reality infused with compassion, love, service. So, beliefs are there to be discarded. Now, with that context, what are some of the beliefs and messages that are relevant for our modern day and age? Where the goal is to live an outwardly active life and inwardly a supremely inactive life, so that life becomes itself a meditative experience. Well, the first message, you have to study this. Be curious and hungry for knowledge. And to do that, we're expected to challenge and ask questions. It's not about blind, just accepting what you hear. Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Pranipatena tadvidhi pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantyate jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. With the spirit of humility and compassion, ask. You must be curious. You must have the joy of a child in learning about things and never lose it. Shankara says the wisest person, balyena tisthaseta, still has the joy of a child and is curious to learn more. For there's nothing more purifying than knowledge. Naijnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. So in a world of misinformation, fake news, disinformation, educate yourself. How many of you just take a WhatsApp message and pass it on as, this must be true, I can't drink pineapple juice in the morning because my foot will fall off? Check your facts. Spend time understanding. Dedicate yourself to a life of knowledge. That leads to a different kind of life. What kind of life? Well, the other message is live your life as a yajna, as a sacred offering. Brahmanyadaya karmani sangan tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate nasa papena padmapatram bhasa. Dedicate everything you do to Brahman as a sacred offering to a higher purpose. This is living a life of giving, not of taking. It sometimes happens as we age, but at the end of one's life, you don't want to ask the question, what did I take from this world? But what did I give to this world? How do you inculcate the spirit of giving? Well, our rituals have taught us that. What do you do when you, in front of your devata, you offer? What do you do in a havan? You offer. Prasad, you give. They're teaching you the art of giving. So it becomes second nature. And there's something else they're doing. We talk about meditation and yoga. Rituals are the earliest mindfulness techniques that we know. The Brahmana texts are often misunderstood. They are tool books on mindfulness. Janudagni muttara vedin khatva apam pura yetva gulbhadagnam. The mantra says, dig a ditch knee deep. This is for the Arunam Prashna, which is the first book of the Aranyaka. It itself is a meditation on time. By saying what you're doing, you're becoming very present in every moment. The practices that we saw just now, Tai Chi, the Japanese tea ceremony, these are all practices to make you fully aware and present in every single moment of every day. You've all had that experience. Some unbridled joy, whether it's holding your child or your grandchild, seeing a beautiful sunset. You're lost in the moment. You don't care about the results. You're just there, totally aware of everything that's happening to you. Now imagine if that was your state every single second of the day. Shastra says you can do that. If you practice these rituals as acts of mindfulness, dedicate yourself to training your mind. We'll come back to that later. The next is undertake a journey of self-discovery. There's an Urdu verse. Pehle ise ki tum kisi se milo. Before you meet somebody in this world, apne andar ke aadmi se milo. Meet the person inside. And this ability of this journey of self-discovery then brings to you onto the path of introspection. Ramana Maharshi talked about that very simple practice, Koham, who am I? His disciple, Sri Satchidananda Ganapati Shastri, put it in Sanskrit. Ahamiti kutaha ayati iti vicharayan. The notion of I, well, where that thought of I is coming from, udayasthale liyate, and you merge it into that source of where I comes from, tadeva tapaha, the ability to turn the I within. A life of giving, mindfulness practices inculcates the powers of introspection. The answers of the universe are not out there, they're all here. You just have to turn the I inside. And when you do that, the cares for the external diminish, external yajna becomes internal yajna, and you start enjoying things for what they are, not what they get you. That is the essential message of karmanyev adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Enjoy work for what it is, not what it gets you. And that turns me to some important messages for the world of business. The first for leaders is you have to live a life of purpose to build an organization of purpose beyond profit. If you look at the greatest institutions in the world, they don't show up as our job is to make more money than last quarter. They have some higher purpose. I'm blessed to work with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We come to work every day. How many lives can we save? Do you think we're motivated, energized? Absolutely. Other great companies. I worked with Cipla. Our mission was given by Mahatma Gandhi. Matsushita, the great Japanese entrepreneur who built JVC, National Panasonic, his message to his workforce is we're rebuilding Japan after the war. That's not a mamuli vision. That's a high purpose. You have to do that. And we run exercises to help young managers understand their purpose. I give a very simple exercise. Imagine your book. Your life is a book. And events in your life are chapters in your book. What do you want the title of your book to be? It's a simple exercise. It's not easy to help you think, what do you want your life to stand for? I did this with one person who was told by his parents to become an accountant. His title was He Made the World Sing. It turns out he was a musician. He now writes music. He's a doctor. And he writes healing music. He found his purpose. We can help people as leaders find their purpose and align them to the purpose of an organization. This is not fluffy stuff. Because purpose, we know, drives employee engagement, which drive results. The second message is don't neglect the powers of introspection and curiosity. At work, people want to know you're interested in them, and they know if you're not. If you're sitting in a room and looking at your phone, they'll say, sir, was not listening to me. But if you're fully present in everything you do, you get much greater engagement of your employees. I've seen that. And one of the tools we teach is appreciative inquiry, how to probe and ask questions of people and show and really pull out of them all of the answers. These are modern leadership techniques that are very closely linked to the ancient teachings of being present, mindful in everything that you do. And in fact, at the highest level, when I recruit board members for board positions, you don't want someone that's going to talk all the time. You want someone that's going to be curious, that's going to listen, that's going to ask questions. That's the skill you want at the highest level. It's no mistake. The word for a wise person in Sanskrit is Shrutavan, the one who listens well, not the one who talks well. Inculcate the powers of introspection and curiosity. Be a leader that unites, not divides. It's obvious, but we don't see it enough. And the ancient Vedantic teaching is Anvaya Vyatareka Tarkaha. In any inquiry, find the common thread that unites and not the things that divide. We must bring this Anvaya Vyatareka Tarka into modern leadership. Final message is leadership as service. Leadership is not a right, it's a privilege. I felt a huge obligation leading an organization of 25,000 people that I need to be good for them. And Gandhiji said this to us. He beautifully linked leadership, service, and self-discovery when he said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Look how powerful that is. If every leader took that as their mantra, think how the world would change. So the other thing is, when I give career advice to people, I don't say become an accountant or doctor. I ask, what excites you? What gives you passion and joy? Do things, work that you love for the sake of it, not what it gets you. I asked my daughter that question. She wanted to do Italian. I let her do it. She's the only child in our family that got straight A's at A-level and is now an HR consultant. Follow your passions. Help people find their passions so you can enjoy your work for what it is, not what it gets you. If you dedicate it to a higher purpose and give purpose and meaning to the organizations you lead, you will have amazing results and also incredible impact on the world. So, what can you do tomorrow in my last 5 minutes? First, as I said, dedicate yourself to acquiring knowledge as an act of bhakti. See, bhakti and jnana are not different. They're interrelated. Vina jnanam kuto bhaktihi. Without knowledge, where does bhakti come? Vina bhaktim kutaschatat. Without bhakti, where is that? So, your act of acquiring knowledge should be your bhakti. We've talked about this leader life of giving, and we've come full circle. You may have remembered in Shraddha Suktam, Priyagga Shraddhe Dadataha. Hey Shraddha, bless with love the giver. Priyagga Shraddhe Didasataha. Bless those who desire to give with love too. So the giving must be there. In the graduation address of Taittiriya Upanishad, Shraddhaya Deyam, give with Shraddha. Ashraddhaya Deyam, no Shraddha, don't give. Shriya Deyam, give in plenty. Khriya Deyam, give with humility. Give like this, not like this. Bhiya Deyam, give with fear. You may not get the chance tomorrow. Ajido. That Deyam must be there. You may have heard of the Harvard professor Tal Ben-Shahar, who runs the most oversubscribed, successful Harvard business course. It's on happiness. And he's talked about, research tells us 3 attributes of states of happiness. One is people who do charitable work, give. Second, they spend time with people they love and care for, friends and family. Third, gratitude. End of every day, they will remember the 3 things that made them happy, and they are thankful for it. Giving. Third, embrace the power of mind training. In the West, I would ask at this point, how many of you go to the gym and train your body? Maybe 2/3 of people put their hands up. I won't do it here. Then I ask, how many of you go to the gym for the mind? What does that mean? The mind is a muscle. Modern science has told us about brain plasticity. You can grow the mind as a muscle, the brain. It adapts, but it needs practice. It's a wonderful YouTube talk by Matthew Ricard, the Buddhist monk, who talks about this. Please look it up. But if you dedicate yourself to body training, dedicate yourself to mind training, pick up one of these mindfulness practices. Yoga. Could be meditation. And Krishna says, don't worry, you don't have to do 25 hours of it every day. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little of this dharma saves you from great fear. Just start on the journey. Then practice, practice, practice. There's no magic. Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam, Krishna says. Without doubt, Arjuna, the mind, is hard to grasp and wanders. Abhyasena tu kaunteya, practice, practice. Vairagyena chagrishyate, it is grasped. How do you reach the Olympics? You train every day. Every day is a chance for you to practice your sadhana as an Olympic athlete. Your chance to become a better person. Take that. Make every day your practice. One final message and then I'll stop. And it's relevant on the topic of education, given that yesterday was International Women's Day. I want you all to give the same opportunities to girls as boys to be educated, trained, and achieve the highest levels of knowledge. It's crazy that we don't invest in half the planet. Imagine if we invested in half the planet and uplift to have the same opportunities as the other half. What an amazing place this will be. Melinda Gates has just released a very interesting article Societies that have empowered women are more successful, are more stable. And it seems we've forgotten some of our ancient teachings in our Shastras. Mata pu urvarupam. First form is Mata, mother. In the Apastamba texts, it says, Putrena duhita sama. The daughter is equally at the same level as the son when it comes to inheritance and other issues. Manu has told us, Yatra naryastu pujyante, ramante tatra devataha. Wherever women are honored, the gods rejoice. Yatra vastu na pujyante. Where they are not honored, sarvas tatra phalah kriyaha. All works there are fruitless. So as we dedicate ourselves to knowledge, let's make sure everyone is able to uplift themselves. They have the same opportunities regardless of caste, creed, or gender. And we can make that happen. And that's the greatest message of our teachings. It's in our hands. It's not something outside. No Guru's just going to come and sprinkle magic blessing dust. You've got to step up. Uddharedatmanatmanam, Krishna says. The self must lift itself. Natmanam avasadayet. You mustn't let the self fall by. Atmaiva hyatmano bandho. You are your own best friend. Atmaiva ripuratmanaha. So this is the invitation the Shastras have given you. They're reaching out the hand. Come with us on this amazing journey. You just have to grasp that hand and go on this wonderful path. Thank you very much. Sorry?
Yes.
Ekah prashna Samskrita bhashayam va Angla bhashayam va. Pardon. I'm great. So I think that was. Huh. Yeah.
Sir, can you kindly make it a
I
brief
think
one and a question,
it
please?
seems like a comment, not a question, but please, I think in the interest of time, please. Right. Yes, so can I, yeah. Let me, there's no contradiction at all. I tell you what, we start. It's up to us. Your cell phone example. Yesterday, do you remember the organizer said, please turn your cell phones off. Every 5 minutes, a cell phone's been going off in the room. Where's the discipline? Don't ask for someone else to fix it. Start here. People ask me, why don't our children know our ancient tradition? Well, have you studied Sanskrit? What have you done to go out and show charity? This is very simple to say, hard to do, but this is the essence of our teachings. Whatever you want your children to be, you have to be that person. There's no compromise. There's no alternative. If you want your children to be large-hearted, compassionate, not on their phones, you spend time with them. One of the greatest joys of my life, 18 months ago, Chandrasekharji, my guru, came and we conducted my daughter's wedding. She knew all the mantras. She guided her own husband through the ceremony. Ab ye karna hai, ab wo karna hai. At one point, you forgot the Ashmarohana, and she said, I have to do Ashmarohana now. She was fully present in our own wedding. We feel we maybe created that environment in our house. I can't fix what's happening in Vietnam. I can fix what's happening here and now in my world. Why did Gandhiji say, be the change you want to see in this world? People use it as a bumper sticker. No, get up and do it. That's the message.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you very much. May I invite you onto the center of the stage, please? And I invite Dr. L.H. Manjunath to kindly come over and do the felicitations. We will, invite you all to kindly rise for a minute so that we can stretch ourselves and also that way express our appreciation to Dr. Subhanu Saxena. Wonderful. And I also request you to kindly stand for another 20 seconds while I make an announcement. We will now go for a break before the valedictory session. And the break will be exactly for 25 minutes. And we will have the valedictory session where we will have Honorable Justice Sri B.N. Sri Krishna, who has already joined us, along with Dr. Virendra Hegadeji and the others. Friends, I wish you a happy time for the next 25 minutes for the tea break. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.